Bracing for an expensive expansion of the U.S. Navy, the military projects that could boost San Diego's bottom line.
Instead of having me move every joint and have to do all of that thinking, the robot does some of the thinking for me.
On a mission to make lives better, the robotic technology helping wounded veterans.
They're looking for an experience of wine and weed. That's what it's called, wine and weed parties.
A new pairing in the Pacific Northwest, the winemakers who are now thriving in the cannabis industry. KPBS Evening Edition starts right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Ebony Monet. Attorney General Jeff Sessions says the Justice Department will appeal to the Supreme Court after President Trump's travel ban loses again in court today. A federal appeals court upheld a lower court's ruling that blocked the ban, siding with groups that say the policy illegally targets Muslims. The president's travel ban sought to temporarily suspend new visas for people from Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. Parents have filed a lawsuit against San Diego Unified School District to block an anti-Islamophobia program. KPBS education reporter Megan Burke says they believe the program is unconstitutional.
The Muslim holy month of Ramadan begins this weekend, and during the celebration, Muslims fast from sunup to sundown. For school-age children, that can be a bad time to take a high-stakes exam or fitness test, and that's one reason San Diego Unified is adding Islamic holidays to its internal calendar and educating teachers about Islam. It's also reviewing its social studies lessons on Muslim cultures and distributing anti-bullying resources. The district partnered with the Council on American Islamic Relations after a statewide survey showed 55% of Muslim students were bullied because of their religion. The plaintiffs say they worry about that partnership because of reports the council has ties to terrorist organizations. Now, the council ardently refutes that, and the U.S. government does not consider it a terrorist organization, nor has it ever been charged for terrorist activities. The parents also say the district is playing favorites since other groups face discrimination too.
The San Diego Unified School District anti-bullying policy appears to favor one religion, Islam, over all others, and in its attempt to foster a culture of tolerance and understanding, it essentially is advocating for Muslim culture. In America, it is not the role of a government entity like a public school to promote religion.
Chris Nieder is a parent in the district and supports the program. She spoke of her kindergartner first seeing classmates in hijabs.
And that's what we call in education a teachable moment. So I was very grateful as a Christian mother and educator that the teacher, who was also Christian, had taken the time to educate herself so she could accurately and in simple terms share information on the Islamic culture and history with all of her students. They were curious and they wanted to know.
Now, KPBS observed a pilot presentation from the program in February. It included a basic explainer on Islam and discussed how to de-escalate and report bullying. Megan Burks, KPBS News.
The cost of discrimination. That's the message ACLU leaders say they wanted to send. Now, Escondido leaders have agreed to pay $550,000 for denying the settlement of refugee children. In 2014, a refugee resettlement organization requested a permit to open a youth home in Escondido. It would have housed refugee children from Central America. Advocates say these children rejected by Escondido were fleeing violence and in some cases, human trafficking. The president's budget has an upside for the military community in San Diego, even though the president's campaign promise to ramp up vessel building did not make the cut. KPBS military reporter Steve Walsh takes a look at the proposal.
Candidate Trump talked about expanding the Navy from 272 ships to at least 350 ships, an expensive expansion. So far, that expansion has not materialized in the budget President Trump submitted to Congress this week, says Lynn Reeser, chief economist at Point Loma Nazarene University.
The president still seems to be committed to that, but not in this budget. Basically, he's looking for only about 8 ships to be built in 2018, about the same number as President Obama had proposed.
To get to the president's goal, you'd have to build about 12 ships a year. One of the roadblocks includes the Budget Control Act, which limits deficit spending. There is good news in the budget for San Diego. A TAO oil tanker is one of the 8 ships in next year's budget. It would be built here at NASCO. The president's budget also includes pay raises for sailors, Marines, and civilian defense workers. That helps roughly 137,000 workers in San Diego County. The Navy would also add 4,000 sailors. Reeser said to expect some of those new sailors to end up in San Diego. But she cautions.
So this is just a starting point for budget negotiations.
As always, it's Congress that gets the last word. Steve Walsh, KPBS News.
San Diego City officials are scheduled to test the water at Bernie Elementary School in University Heights tomorrow. The goal is to see if repairs have successfully cleared contaminants from the plumbing system. Bernie is one of 2 San Diego Unified School District campuses where elevated levels of lead were discovered in the water. So far, testing has been done in more than 200 San Diego Unified schools. The rest would be completed or should be completed by the end of next week. The problem was discovered when a dog refused to drink from a bowl of water, prompting the district to request the city start testing the water. Solana Beach is now the first city in the county to move forward with an alternative energy program. It's called Community Choice. It allows local governments to bypass San Diego Gas and Electric to buy their energy directly. KPBS reporter Claire Tragesser has details.
Under Community Choice, power would still come through the same system of lines and wires, and your bill would still come from SDG&E. But the government would be making the calls on where to buy its energy. The idea is to allow governments to choose more renewable energy, such as solar, wind, and hydropower. Several North County cities and the city of San Diego are considering using Community Choice, but Solana Beach is the first to take the leap. Its city council voted 4-1 to begin implementing the program. But it has the next 6 months to back out without paying anything. Environmental activist Nicole Capret says she hopes Solana Beach's vote is the first domino to fall in the county.
It always just takes somebody doing it first to then make the other cities feel like, oh, I guess this is okay. And so they really have broken the seal, so to speak, so that everybody's going to feel like this is the direction we should be going as a region, and that this makes sense, and it's going to bring economic benefits, it's going to bring environmental benefits, and it's going to be a program that, finally gives consumers choice, that gives them that energy freedom they deserve.
A spokeswoman for SDG&E said in a statement, "We support the city of Solana Beach's right to choose its energy supplier, and regardless of where the energy comes from, SDG&E will continue to deliver it on the most reliable power grid in the West." Claire Tragesser, KPBS News.
Following up on an SDG&E plan to replace a natural gas line, the project would cost ratepayers $640 million. KPBS North County reporter Allison St. John says San Diegans still have a chance to comment on it before it moves forward.
It's a plan that raises questions about the safety of underground natural gas pipes that are decades old and where San Diego will get its energy in the future. California's Public Utilities Commission held hearings this week in San Diego and is now collecting public input for an environmental impact report. What SDG&E wants to do is replace one of its 2 pipelines that bring natural gas into San Diego County. The pipeline is almost 70 years old. It's only used to bring about 10% of the natural gas used in the region. But Jennifer Ramp, an SDG&E spokesperson, says it's a backup for the main pipeline and it needs to be replaced.
We have taken a lot of proactive measures to ensure the safety of this line, including lowering the pressure, performing internal inspections of this line and leak surveys and patrols. We know the line is safe today, but it doesn't comply with mandatory state requirements. So we need to either pressure test the line or replace the line.
To replace it would cost SDG&E ratepayers about 57 cents a month more on their energy bills. Now, critics question the need for such a big replacement pipe. It's 36 inches instead of just 19. Pete Hasopopoulos of the Sierra Club says the investment does not make sense when the region's moving away from fossil fuels like natural gas.
Our cities here locally, our region is moving to clean energy. We have more and more solar every day. and a rapidly evolving energy storage, battery storage underway, and continuing to pursue fossil fuels and the extraordinarily costly infrastructure to support that is simply antiquated and not our future.
Hasapopoulou says SDG&E's parent company Sempra is the largest natural gas utility in the United States, and the new pipeline is to serve their bottom line. But SDG&E says natural gas is used by schools, restaurants, buses, and the military. They say public safety is their main concern. The CPUC is collecting public input for their environmental impact report before making their decision. Alison St. John, KPBS News.
A plan to bring a universal health care system to California took a small step forward today. The legislation was approved in a Senate Appropriations Committee. Earlier this week, the Legislative Analyst's Office reported a single-payer plan could cost the state $400 billion a year. That's more than the state's entire budget. The author of the bill says the price tag is not insurmountable. It's just a matter of redistributing money.
We're already spending $365 billion already annually. So we, through the cost savings that we're going to incur through a single payer system by eliminating the insurance companies that are the ones determining and actually contributing to the cost of care, we see a tremendous savings. And then we're going to make sure that we provide appropriate funding mechanisms to ensure that it's going to be sustainable and that we're going to be able to provide health care for everyone.
The senator says he's looking at a variety of strategies to fund the health care plan. The legislation now heads to the Senate floor for a vote. As part of iNewsSource's ongoing investigation into allegations of grade inflation at Gompers Preparatory Academy, reporter Brad Racino sat down with Maria Miller, who taught at the school for 3 years.
Maria Miller began her teaching career at Gompers in 2010 and was immediately impressed by the school's culture. She taught AP History, a rigorous course that awards college credit if students score high enough on the final test. She said it was a challenge from the beginning.
Students that I knew were reading at a 6th grade level, taking an AP class, regardless of the content, just like, where do I start? Like, where?
She would break down content for her students, but said the coursework was still too much for most. She said only 2 students passed the AP test her first year. In previous stories, we've documented allegations from both teachers and students about administrative pressure to inflate student grades. But Miller, who won Teacher of the Year during her time at Gompers, said she has even broader concerns about the way the school is approaching education, including its motto of sending every graduate to college.
To tell everybody that you are going to go to college, that's a great thing. But to only say that and not to say that there's all of these different options that are open, that's also a disservice.
Miller attributes the problem to a disconnect. She said Gompers is acting in isolation, dictating what students can and will do without taking input from parents or understanding the culture of the surrounding community. She also said the school isn't leveraging partnerships with elementary schools. You can read our entire Q&A with Miller online at inewssource.org/GPA. I'm Brad Racino with iNewsSource, an independently funded nonprofit partner of KPBS.
A commissioner for the Port of San Diego recently stepped down, and the rush to fill his spot is on. iNewsSource found at least 9 people are vying for the seat, some of them familiar faces. Philanthropist and political insider Steve Cushman told city council members he's willing to step down from his board seat at the convention center to take the job again at the port, where he served 3 terms from 1999 to 2010. Another contender, Lori Black, also served at the port alongside Cushman, but had to resign halfway through her term for personal reasons. iNewsSource sent questionnaires to all of the candidates and have posted their responses online at inewssource.org/commissioners. Well, the population of San Diego increased by nearly 16,000 between 2015 and 2016. That puts the total number of residents for the city at just over 1.4 million. The numbers were released today by the Census Bureau. San Diego keeps its place as the nation's 8th largest city. LA came out as the 2nd fastest growing city, adding more than 27,000 new residents. Well, one reason why San Diego might be growing so fast is because of the weather. Erin Calandra has tonight's forecast.
A bit cloudier out there today. We have those morning clouds. They didn't really break up as much as they have been in the past. We did definitely still see some sunshine, though. And taking a look right now at the satellite and radar, we don't see much of anything going on across the county. It's pretty quiet. Now, tonight, we're going to see those clouds build up again. We're going to see them in the morning like we usually do, and then they're going to kind of burn off, and we're going to have some sunshine during the day. But what's different for tonight is we are going to have some mist tonight into tomorrow morning. So when you wake up in the morning, things might be a little bit damp, a little wet out there. So looking along the coast, it's going to be pretty cloudy for tonight. As we move further inland, less clouds. Temperatures very comfortable in Borrego Springs, 62 degrees, Mount Laguna 47, and at Oceanside 59 degrees. This is what it looks like for our Friday. Things are improving. We're going to have more sunshine and nicer, I guess, warmer temperatures than we have seen in the last day or so. It's going to be a bit windy, though, in places like the deserts and the mountains. So for tomorrow, inland, lots of sunshine. Temperatures in Borrego Springs at 87, Mount Laguna at 61. Along the coast, it's a bit cloudier, of course. San Diego, nice and warm at 70 degrees. Looking at the 5-day forecast, not bad. Temperatures are going up just a little bit with clear and dry conditions for the Memorial Day weekend. Inland, it's a bit warmer. We're going up to 79 degrees on Memorial Day with lots of sunshine. Make sure you throw on those shades. And in the mountains, very comfortable. Temperatures in the low 70s for much of the weekend with plenty of sun. And in those deserts, well, it's going to be warm. We're going to see 104 degrees on Monday. So certainly, if you're going to be outside, drink plenty of water and certainly take breaks. Try to get back inside into the AC. For KPBS News, I'm Erin Calandra.
Some winemakers are looking to expand their businesses by adding crops. AP reporter Gillian Flocka says vintners in Oregon are experimenting with another consumable, marijuana.
Sleepy corner of Oregon to produce premium, eco-friendly wines.
You can see the buds are starting to swell.
But now, a decade later, the owners of Cowhorn Vineyard are also talking about a different kind of bud. From a cannabis plant.
Well, we have Slowfo, Obama, Ox GDP. Last year we did about 30 plants. We had 5 different varietals or clones. This year we're going to go to closer to 60 plants.
While the Steels are only branching out into medical marijuana, the state's recent legalization of a recreational pot has sparked interest from more than a few winemakers.
We got to keep the gate closed because of the doggies.
Catherine Bryan runs Deer Creek Vineyards with her husband. She says this corner of Oregon in particular is perfect for growing the 2 crops.
I think that the reason that we can do really well in the cannabis industry is because of the experience we've had growing grapes and being in the wine business, because I think that there's a lot of parallels.
But pot farms and wineries don't always pair well. The explosion of recreational marijuana here has come with a flood of disputes, with some vineyards and other farmers accusing pot growers of stealing precious water rights. And some wineries are worried that the smell from outdoor pot grows could taint their grapes. Pot is still illegal at the federal level, and winemakers must be careful to keep the businesses separate or risk losing the federal permit they need to bottle and sell their wine.
This picture is actually better.
Catherine Bryan's pot will grow on land next to her winery, be labeled with a different name, and financed as a separate company.
We're doing everything we can to be as transparent as possible and be a good example for the rest of the industry.
Like Bryan, the Steels see tremendous potential as millennials drink more wine, but want their weed too.
They're looking for an experience of wine and weed. That's what it's called, wine and weed parties.
An entrepreneurial cross-pollination that could generate quite a buzz. Gillian Flackus, Associated Press, Josephine County, Oregon.
Coming up tonight on PBS NewsHour, how your face could be stopping you from taking top positions in a company.
The more masculine, as revealed by facial width to height ratio, the more testosterone, and therefore the CEO is going to take more risk. How?
borrowing more
money.
Another part of it is mergers and acquisitions. You want to have higher social status.
And why Sweden is beefing up its military defenses. That's tonight on PBS NewsHour, starting at 7, right here on KPBS. For military medicine, the mission to save lives is also a mission to make lives better. You can see science advancing on this new medical frontier in laboratories and hospitals across the country. In tonight's SciTech Report, a unique look at an engineering and research center in Pittsburgh. From the PBS documentary, Military Medicine.
At the Human Engineering Research Laboratories at the University of Pittsburgh, engineers and designers imagine and manufacture devices that make independent living easier for anyone with a disability.
It's easier if you do an open grip on the door because it kind of comes with you.
The laboratory's logo gives the Pittsburgh Panther mascot wheels because wheelchairs are the main focus.
We do wheelchairs and robotics and prosthetics and cognitive aids and wireless technologies, virtual reality.
It's here that the lab's director, Rory Cooper, combines his PhD in engineering and his personal experience as a disabled veteran. Cooper was an Army sergeant stationed in Germany in 1980 when he was hit by a truck while bicycling to his base, leaving him paralyzed below the waist. Determined to make a difference for all disabled veterans, Cooper decided to study engineering and began building better wheelchairs. He took up racing, won a bronze medal in the Paralympic Games in 1988, and still competes. His current challenge, making wheelchairs with robotic arms.
Some people that use wheelchairs, they have limited use of their upper extremities or their arms as well as their legs.
The first designs used keyboards and then joysticks to control the arms. And now there's an app for that.
So this makes it a lot more intuitive, especially because people are already used to using phones and tablets. I'm just saying up or down, but if all the joints are moving in synchrony in order to move me up and down. So the robot's thinking, Rory wants the bottle to go down, and it's how do I need to move the joints to do down? So in a sense, we're sharing the control. The robot is doing part of the control, and I'm doing part of the control. So I'll just go up again. If you watch, you'll see that the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist are all moving. So it's doing those calculations. Instead of having me move every joint and have to do all of that thinking, the robot does some of the thinking for me.
To build and manage these complex robots and devices, Cooper makes sure there are veterans and wheelchair users involved at every level.
What we've tried to do is bring all the disciplines together, so physicians and engineers and therapists, and include veterans and people with disabilities, and bring them into those professions, and use technology to, as much as possible, ameliorate the disability, but also promote full inclusion, full participation in society, in every aspect of society.
This is the Mobility Enhancement Robotic Wheelchair, or MeBot.
Graduate student Andrea Sundaram is working with Cooper on the MeBot, a powered wheelchair that can keep the seat level while navigating steps or uneven ground.
What we tried to do is to make a wheelchair that can go everywhere that current wheelchairs can go, and then go places where they can't.
The self-leveling chair may mean both better and safer mobility.
They had 100,000 reports of emergency room visits by wheelchair users in a single year. 65 to 80% of those visits are attributed to tips and falls.
So what happens when you have a war, medicine starts sort of at one place, and it rapidly has to evolve to another place. And for us in rehab, it was the same way. The trauma surgeons and the acute care surgeons, they figured out how to keep a lot of people alive that wouldn't have normally stayed alive before. And then that gave us in rehab the obligation to help them maximize their function and return to participation.
To see the full documentary, visit pbs.org/military medicine. Score one for the computers. Score one for the computers. Google's artificial intelligence program defeated the best Go player in China. Google's AlphaGo took the lead with 2 back-to-back wins. It's a 3-game series. There's one more game scheduled Saturday near Shanghai. Google programmers like Kaji, a 19-year-old prodigy, played perfectly for the first 50 moves. Then he admitted to getting too excited about the game and slipping up. You can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org/evening edition. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.